Welcome back to fucking magnets. How do they work?
This is gonna be our theme.
I'm gonna change the title because I'm a crazy mixed up kid. We're reading To the Moon and Back, a Doctor Who fan fiction again.
Oh, whoa.
We're on part 2
of
19. It's called The Wooden Enemy.
Which is clearly not sexual.
No, I mean, it's not like this is being done with the author's self-insert emo shit for... Oh, wait. I mean, it took us 20 minutes to do the first part, so...
This'll be fun.
Okay.
And I'm thirsty.
Right, shall I read and you do the voices?
Yeah, go on.
Alright.
Oh, magical wind
I
powers.
think my spooky door just opened there. Okay. I was jolted to the ground as the shaking in the TARDIS stopped suddenly. I looked up to see the Doctor standing over me, a big grin on his face. Sorry, the first ride is always a little strange for everyone.
Right.
If you don't recall, he talks like a paedophile.
Yeah, I'll do the work.
Okay. He helped me up, and I dusted myself off.
What do you mean, everyone?
I asked him suspiciously. He pursed his lips.
We'll get to that later.
He said, walking towards the door.
Now, shall we meet the enemy?
That doesn't sound like something you'd say. That sounds like something, that would happen in a writers meeting where it's like, okay, so is this where we meet the enemy? Yeah.
Now, shall we meet the enemy? Or they just write it down in the script accidentally?
Yeah. But it's supposed to be a stage direction where it's like, we finally meet the enemy, but they accidentally made it.
Now, shall we meet the enemy? Just a really sarcastic stage directions.
Stage directions written by a really sarcastic, cynical guy. That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's like... I walked over to him, and he pushed open the door, holding it open for me.
After you.
That's so great for creepiness, he said, gesturing outside.
I haven't agreed to help you with anything. Yeah.
No, I think that's Bane.
Oh. I haven't agreed to help you with anything. Yet.
Oh. I said, smirking and crossing my arms.
Maybe I don't want to meet the enemy. Maybe I want you to take me home.
He closed the door.
Well, do you want to help me?
He asked, matching my smirk.
I don't know. Maybe a breath of fresh air will help me decide.
I gotta admit, this is not how I'd expect someone to act in the situation of just going into a time machine that is big on the inside, blah blah blah. I imagine I was in that situation, I'd probably like, what the
I feel like they would just
fuck?
make you up as like, this is something I'd write when I have run out of ideas.
Oh yeah, and the dialogue is like...
I can't tell who's talking at some point.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. That's some pretty badly written dialogue in terms of... I mean, like, it's the way
4 out of 10.
the way it's paragraphed is really confusing, so it's kind of hard. It's you can't work out who's saying what, and I mean that's way too flirty for two people who've literally just met, and there is a 900+ year age gap between.
Well, she is naked, wearing shoes.
No, she's naked, only wearing shoes, purple emo string, but she's got the Bane mask on. That's why she talks like that. Okay.
Which itself is some weird gag BDSM masks.
It does. No, I think it looks like Darth Vader's wife once. I pushed open the door, taking a step outside of the TARDIS. I stopped short when I saw the wooden walls and short wooden ceiling. How is a ceiling short? Do you mean low? What the low wooden ceiling? That's what you fucking mean, isn't it? I looked around to see wooden pipes running across the walls. I looked back at the Doctor as he followed me outside, closing the TARDIS door behind him.
Where are we?
I asked him, taking another look around.
Well, I told you it was a spaceship, didn't I?
He said, walking over and standing by me.
We're on the enemy spaceship.
We're
That'd be great to
infiltrating.
voice acting.
We're infiltrating their spaceship. He took a look around, spinning in a circle, his face contorting into an even more confused look with each degree he turned.
Well, that's new.
He said, softly, again with the clench.
Softly. Clenching and unclenching.
What is it with the hand clenching and unclenching? Like, I don't people do that unless they're like nervous about something and kind of like a nervous introvert.
Okay, I think I'll sit this one out.
I said, turning back to the TARDIS.
Oi. I thought you said you'd consider helping me.
the doctor said, reaching out and grabbing my arm. Okay, it's getting weird.
Rapey.
Rape doctor. He's gonna get you in your sleep.
Oh.
I think it's...
Okay.
Yes, but after my first breath of okay air?
Fresh? I think it's supposed to be
oaky.
fresh, oaky air.
Fresh oaky air. I've decided to wait in the TARDIS.
Oaky air sounds like a fucking health cereal. I responded, anyway, struggling to get out of his grasp.
Plus, I don't even know what we're up against.
I added. He let go of my arm, reaching into his jacket pocket and taking out a small device with a green tip.
What's that again?
I asked.
Sonic screwdriver. Remember.
He responded, fiddling with it. Fiddle,
Never
fiddle.
describe anybody holding a cylinder object with a glowing tip as fiddling with it.
Honestly, just saying somebody's fiddling with anything sounds suspect.
Yeah.
Okay, he pointed it at the ceiling, looking right at me and pressing a button on the side. The tip immediately lit up and made a loud buzzing noise.
Oh.
A strange liquid came out. He looked up at it and grabbed my arm again, dragging me around the corner. He pointed down the hallway at the wooden coffin-shaped cases lining the walls with little windows in each of them.
There you go. That's what we're up against.
He said. I took a cautious step down the hallway, peering at the cases.
What are
I asked, walking up to one and looking inside the window. Inside the case of the humanoid creature with strange handles coming out of its helmet-like head and an emblem embedded on its chest. If it weren't completely wooden, I'd say that it looked like a robot.
They're not The point of the wood ones was the last resort. That's the point.
They are supposed to be a technologically downgraded version only used in an extremely extreme and specific situation. You don't have a spaceship full of them! What is this? They are
Made
not
out of wood.
wooden... Fuck, you are going to involve the Cybermen in this bollocks, aren't you? Fuck you!
Well, this is...
Eat a dick. Eat all the dicks. Bollocks. Okay.
Over 3.5 billion. There's only a couple million
every
of them.
dick on planet Earth. You must eat it. The doctor said from behind me.
Well, wooden Cyberman. I haven't seen them wooden before. Oh wait, no. Long time.
Haven't seen those wonderful balls before. He added, walking over to me and glancing at the Cyberman in the case before walking over to the next one.
What are they doing in these cases?
I asked, still peering at the case.
Recharging, I think.
He said, walking over to each case, examining the Cyberman.
Okay, he's voicing my opinions now. Why wooden? Why is everything wooden?
Why is everything wooden? Why is the walls wooden? Why
How
are the
is
pipes wooden? Why is my crotch wooden? So many questions.
It's always wooden.
He knocked on one of the cases.
How is it all wooden?
His forehead wrinkled in confusion and he shook his head. Suddenly a slight whooshing sound. I don't think that's how you spell whooshing.
Whooshing.
Suddenly a slight whooshing sound came from all the cases, as if air was being let out.
Like an ass.
I think it's...
Doctor, what's happening?
I asked, backing away from the case I was standing by.
They're charged.
He said, solemnly, walking over to me, never taking his eyes off the cases.
Well, let's get out of here, shall we?
I said, no, sorry, that's like, well, let's get out of here. Crashing this plane with no survivors. I said,
I was drinking.
turning back to the TARDIS. He grabbed my arm.
No. We have to figure out what's going on here and stop it. You could set fire to them, maybe.
Yeah, literally, the wooden Cybermen could be defeated with a flamethrower. It's that simple.
I think they were.
That's how they are. No, that's it. It's equipped with a flamethrower, which he immediately just turns on it and it burns to death. That's the flaw of making things out of wood. It sets on fire.
Why do they have flamethrowers in the first place?
Well, I assume because energy weapons would get detected.
Yeah,
a flame.
But why have a flamethrower when you're wooden?
Actually, wouldn't it be simple to just have some sort of basic ballistic weapon?
Like a handgun.
Yeah, like, think about it.
Or an assault rifle.
Yeah, like, handgun is pretty technologically primitive, so just give them, like, you know, an AK-47 or something. Anyway, no, you see, this is a flaw. A spaceship full of Cybermen, that's a threat. A spaceship full of wooden Cybermen, I could stop with a fucking Zippo and can of deodorant, you spastic retard.
Oh, well.
Okay.
3 out of 10.
10 out of 10 IGN. I struggled against his grasp as one by the doors. As one by the doors! I can only assume there's a 1 missing there. Till the case just slowly slid open, letting out massive puffs of frosty air.
Like out Winnold's arse.
Like out of
the air.
Like out of this author's gaping arsehole.
Well, they're a threat to us too,
I said. He yanked on my arm and
That's not the only thing he yanked.
stumbled towards him. He grabbed both my hands and looked back towards the cases. All at once, the Cybermen stepped up. Sorry.
Stepped up.
Not step up. Step up's a different thing entirely. Turned to look at us with their mechanical, unblinking eyes. Okay. I don't know whether to actually do a, like, try with a Cyberman voice or just do something fucking stupid.
Intruders. Mondasian wooden Cyberman.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm going to go with that saying, intruders, delete.
Oh, that sounds awful.
It does.
The
delete doesn't make sense in the Mondasian Simon, so I won't say it.
Doesn't
They
make
said
sense with anything.
in unison with their deep. Actually, I'm just thinking, if these guys are wood, how do their like voices work?
Powered by their wood. They're burning the trees.
I mean, like honestly, that's a serious question. How do you power a wooden Cyberman? The more I think about it, the less sense it makes. Anyway, this makes very little sense already. So,
Okay, time to go.
he said, turning and running back towards the opposite hallway, me in tow, our hands still tightly grasped together.
That's not the only thing his hand was tightly grasped.
That's the only thing he was grasping. We turned the corner, only to see even more Cybermen emerging from the cases surrounding the TARDIS. I thought it said surrounded, I was like, fucking what? Surrounding the TARDIS.
Oh, that's not good, no shit.
Really? Never would have guessed, he said, his eyes darting back and forth within the 2 hallways.
Look, there's a door.
I
We
pointed
shall give the door back to you, the people.
I pointed at the door a few feet from us.
It's locked.
The doctor said, quickly glancing at it.
So, you just could. Oh god.
I said, looking worried at the pretty Cybermen, blah blah blah, doesn't work on wood, that's dumb. Sonic, it uses sonic waves, so it only works on machinery and technology. I didn't know sound didn't affect wood! I mean, it's already dumb, but you're just in...
Oh yeah, like in the Rings of Akaten, where he's using it as like this wave of energy.
He's using it as a fucking Dragon Ball Z power blast.
Oh, that's great. He cut himself. That's his email.
Go again, my scared.
Alright, go on.
He cut himself off as a look of realization dawned on his face. He pointed his sonic screwdriver at each group of Cybermen in turn, activating it. Cybermen stopped in their tracks, standing straight up and then tilting their heads down, the lights in their eyes going dark. The doctor bounced around giddily, laughing and waving his hands about. He walked over to me briskly, putting his hands on the side of my face, and Dr. Senpai kissed me on my head. Fuck off. You're a genius! You're the most special person ever, author insert, he said, looking me in the eye, smiling from ear to ear.
What? What are you talking about?
I asked
I
him,
am one of the people.
and he walked over to one of the Cybermen, waving his hand in front of his face, obtaining no response.
You told me to use my sonic on the Cybermen, but I thought it wouldn't work because they were entirely wood. But then I thought, if they were entirely wooden, then what's in their heads? They had. This is bollocks. They had to be getting their orders from somewhere, and wood doesn't conduct electricity, so there had to be some piece of technology in their heads. Switch that off. You shut down the site. This doesn't actually make any sense. So how do they get past the thing in?
Sorry, but I think the real explanation here is, sorry, you're talking about them like they're fucking robots. Surely you could have said something about affecting the, organic brain components.
Because
that would have made
as we
sense.
know, when they get back emotions, their head explodes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Age of Steel.
I mean, Age of Steel isn't bad, but that shit was dumb. I mean, you just gotta have the Simon like keeling over and dying. You didn't have to have their heads explode. It makes no sense. Okay, we're almost done with this part. He rubbed his hands together cheerfully, his eyes dancing with joy.
Now, we just have to get to the control room to shut down the entire base. That way, the Cyberman will be no longer threatening life on Earth.
You know,
It's
nothing
almost
big.
heavy-handed dialogue I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is some pretty awful dialogue. He clapped his hands together and gestured down the hallway with the cases we saw first. Wait, what?
Shall we go and save the world?
Okay.
Also, let's read some comments.
Oh yeah, let's read some comments
From hella lots of fandoms.
Hella lots of fandoms, I think that is.
Hell, I'd be out in seconds.
I think we should probably be saying, oh hell no. It's
And then Jesse Disney Geek says, but you forgot woods.
No, but you forget wood. What does that mean? It has no meaning.
Is it meant to be ironic?
Sorry, you're expecting irony from Wattpad? What have you been smoking? We were on a different bloody website.
Ah.
Okay, well we're already only 60 minutes in, so I think we should probably read the next part of this.
Cheerful thing.
Yes.
It's like I choose hope fanfiction.
Okay. This is part 3. A compromise. Do you want to read this?
Read this story for free. It's the same thing. We're already reading it. Anyway.
Go away, Wattpad.
Okay.
Right.
We made our way down, twisting and turning hallways, passing more and more cases full of charging Cybermen. We have to have
to hurry. I only deactivated the Cybermen attacking us, not any of the rest. These could pop out on us at any moment. Excuse me, but when are you going to finish that croissant?
The doctor said, jogging ahead of me.
Why don't you just deactivate these too?
I asked him, trying to keep up.
Because they're not actually deactivated unless it's done from the control room. They were only deactivated for a short period of time.
Wait, so the Cybermen that attacked us,
Wait a sec.
they could come back to life?
Why don't you stop these ones for a short period of time as well, maybe?
Oh no, that will be a bit too much plot convenience.
I asked.
Yes, technically they could.
The doctor responded, turning a couple corners.
That makes no sense.
What if they go into the TARDIS?
I asked worryingly.
They can. It's locked, and I've got the key.
This is like some weird porno. It probably isn't meant to be one.
I don't know. I feel like this is one of those ones that could probably turn into porno. Okay.
He stopped at the end of the hallway and pressed his back against the wall, peering around the corner and quickly snapping his neck back. Oh, he's dead.
He peered around the corner and then he turned around and stabbed his neck and he was dead.
He just turns his head.
He's just like, fuck this shit, I'm out. No, it's what is this? No, it's like a. He turns the corner, then turns back, and Bane snaps his neck. No, it's
Oh no, it's back.
And what do you consider? Introduce yourself to the crowds.
the Doctor, a Time Lord.
And what is this?
It's a spaceship full of wooden Cybermen.
And who could deactivate such wooden Cybermen?
Only me.
Thank you, good doctor.
Next draft.
Okay, the control room is right at the end of this next hallway.
So I'm lost. She whispered to me.
Okay, let's go mobile.
I said, taking a step towards the corner. He pulled me back, and I caught myself before slamming against the wall.
Slamming against the dick.
We have to be careful.
It's trapped.
There are Cybermen guarding it.
He peeked around the corner again before looking back at me. And
Wait, I don't know who's saying that.
Will always love you. Okay, the doctor.
No, it's Bane. Paula, whatever her name was. Okay, you stay here while I deactivate them. Then we have to move quickly. We can lock the control room door behind us. No, that is supposed to be the doctor. But there is. That's the problem. This is. It's like the dialogue followed by I gulped. So you assume it's like I gulp, gulped as in saying it. But it's not. It's just like going. That's really confusing.
Oh.
Go away, Skype.
You okay?
He asked me, putting his hands on my arms. I nodded.
I'm going to make some nodding noises. You can't hear that.
You ready? You sure you want to do this?
I nodded again.
Okay. Let's go.
Immediately, the clothes fell off.
I
did a hand gesture, motioning what we should do next.
I looked at it. It was 14 inches long.
And 4 inches wide.
Yeah, one day we'll explain that reference. He swung out in the end of...
We'll read that one.
Oh, no.
I don't think we'll be able to actually put
No, that is... We may, provide a very brief summary, but, even when we were reading it without putting it on YouTube, I was just like, nope, skipping that. Okay.
We did get to the end, though.
Yeah, it was... And there's, 3 more chapters. Right.
Oh, God.
I think it's...
Yeah. He swung out into the end on the hallway, raising his sonic screwdriver and quickly activating it, deactivating the Cyberman guarding the door.
May I just point out this is an epitome of Sonic X Machina.
He motioned me to follow him, and we ran down the hallway, busting into the control room.
We ran down the hallway.
We bust our humps.
We ran down the hallway, busting a nut.
All of the sidemen in the room turned to look at us. There's really awkward silence. There were a couple playing pool in the corner. There's a ping pong table. Some of them actually work. There's one guy who's actually working.
And there's some guys sitting on a sofa drinking beer, watching a Cyberman sitcom.
Yeah, and then the door bursts open. Everyone just awkwardly looks.
Everyone just does. Everyone. Oh, I love that. I want to draw that now.
Yeah, that picture will appear on the screen. He ran over to the control room. Alright, all the Simon turned to look at us, but the doctor quickly deactivated them without a word. He ran over to deactivated them without... Seriously, just... What are you doing?
Bull.
Shit.
Tasty.
Oh no, not tasty. Not tasty at all.
He ran over to the control panel, lining one of the walls, pushing buttons and flipping switches before stopping and looking at me.
Do you wanna flip that lever?
I think a Tic Tac fell out my mouth.
It's tasty lever.
Flip my lever, Clara.
He said, pointing to a lever next to me on the panel. I flipped the lever. And lever.
Lever?
And suddenly all the lights went out in the room. And the Cybermen fell limp to the floor. They already were deactivated. You did it again.
Oh well, no. I think they deactivated. They just sort of went still, but then they sort of fall over like ragdolls.
Oh. My chair's gone down.
It's quite a funny image. It's almost a pity there's only audio.
So the doctor whooped and laughed, and I laughed.
Step away from the control panel.
He said. I stepped away and the control panel sparked and burnt out, little puffs of smoke rising out from his penis.
Wait, how? What? He just tells us to step away, then makes it burn with his mind powers. You again.
I was waiting for my eyes to adjust when I felt the doctor's hand on my shoulder.
Let's get back to the TARDIS.
He said. He guided me out of the room and back to the maze of hallways. We saw the comforting glow coming from towards the TARDIS windows.
I gotta say, that was like you want to write a generic Doctor Who story, you write that.
Oh yeah. The Doctor pushed open the door and I walked inside the TARDIS, leaned up against the railing in the centre area. Oh, American. Okay, interesting.
Oh no, they don't know how to spell centre. Well, I guess they're American from the use of sidewalk earlier.
Ah, yes. Ah. Taking a deep breath. Well, that was something. Oh,
No.
Well, that was certainly something.
I said, as the Doctor walked in, closing the door behind him.
It was, wasn't it?
Oh, yes.
So it doesn't get annoying.
He said, walking over, standing by me. He smiled at me, fondly.
We make a
Fondling me.
He smiled at me, and I fondled him.
we make a pretty good team, don't we?
He said.
All I did was pull a lever.
I said, laughing. Laugh!
No, I don't know. I don't think Ben ever laughs, so I couldn't tell you what his laugh sounds like. That just sounds like that sounds like Santa. Okay.
Dracula.
What's that happen?
Oh, right. Oh no, there you are.
Not true. You came up with the idea to deactivate the Cyberman.
You already did that.
If it wasn't for you, we'd probably be dead right now.
That idea came from a lack of information.
I responded, rolling my eyes playfully.
Well, I'll be sure to better educate you next time.
You said,
Okay.
Sure, give her an education.
You're gonna. Okay, listen. Fuck off. Sorry, it's literally the author's self-insert getting praised by the Doctor for how great and amazing she is.
I you didn't even acknowledge she didn't do anything.
Yeah, it's like they did nothing. It's like, well, she did nothing. I mean, this is fucking Mary Sue. She's just the best person ever, and everyone loves her.
The smile vanished from my face as I registered what he said.
What do you mean next time? You're taking me home right now, right?
His smile slipped up his face and pursed his lips. No. Come into my secret sex dungeon and live with me.
Yeah, I guess I have to.
He responded, walking over to the console and flipping a few switches. That's right, you are, I muttered. Oh,
That's right, you are.
I muttered, nodding sternly, and not in a Bane voice, muttering.
I don't think if you mutter, if you
muttered in a Bane voice, you couldn't understand what I was saying.
Oh,
I mean, muttering in a Bane voice, you would not be able to understand him.
okay. Wait, oh, I think. Oh, yeah. I gripped onto the railing as we had a less shaky ride back to the park. We certainly rode the TARDIS. And turned back to look at the Doctor, who was looking absent-mindedly at the console. Well, oh God.
Well, bye, I guess.
I said. He looked up at me, subtly smiling and nodding slightly. I turned and walked out, but just as I was about to close the door, he called out to me.
Beller, wait.
The Doctor walked over to me, holding the door open.
Do you want to come travel with me?
He asked. The question caught me off guard.
Do you want to travel with me?
He repeated.
In the TARDIS. It is a time-traveling spaceship after all. We could go anywhere in the universe, anywhere in time, anywhere you want it.
Now this TARDIS is armed, and this TARDIS is mobile, and the identity of the Triggerman is a secret.
I've been waiting for that.
Oh. I ran and reran the question.
Iran is. I think it meant Iran is in how Americans pronounce Iran, like the country.
Iran.
Iran and Iraq. The question through my head.
Iran and reran.
Ah, it's all those guys in Iran.
The question through my head as the Doctor eagerly related my response.
Awaited my
my
response.
My parents will worry about me.
I said.
Time machine.
He responded.
I could drop you off here and now, so them It'll merely seem as if you're returning from a walk.
She hasn't got any clothes on either. I purse my lips.
What if something bad happens to me?
I won't let anything bad happen to you. I'll always be there to protect you.
Right, that's
5
creepy.
minutes they're dogging in the console room.
No! That really is. I'll be there to protect you. You're so special.
I looked at my feet.
I don't think I can. It'll be too difficult for me.
Please.
The doctor responded, taking my hands and looking me in the face.
Just
Looking at me in the face.
Looking.
I'm gonna look you in the face.
I'm going to punch your face in the face.
just one trip.
Is it gonna look at your belly button? Your nipple? I mean, they are exposed.
The doctor's mysterious third nipple. That's what it's going to take him to look at.
Just one trip. If you absolutely hate it after that, I'll take you straight home. And you'll never have to see me again.
That was so creepy. I mean, even by my
I weighed
standards.
the options in my head while the doctor stared intensely at me. Jesus Christ!
Anyone thinking sexual tension?
You're fine, just one trip.
Fine, but just one trip.
I decided finally.
Still you.
The doctor grinned and gave my hand a squeeze. That's not the only thing he squeezed. Hopping back into the TARDIS. I followed him back inside, laughing as he cheerfully bopped around the TARDIS.
He bopped it. He hit it.
He's gonna bop something in a minute. He cheerfully bopped around the TARDIS, hitting a few buttons on the console before gesturing towards the hallways and leading away from the main room.
Bopped. Like, all I can think is Matt Smith playing with a Bop It toy.
Bop it, twist it,
Pull
dog
it. Learn it. Smash it.
fuck it.
Kill it. Oh,
That's his option.
I'll just
Squeeze
go.
it,
Okay,
shake it, clench it.
Squeeze it. Shake it. Make it. Break it. I can't think of any more.
That way
Rake it.
is the kitchen. That way is the guest bedroom. That way is the library. That way is the swimming pool.
You have a swimming pool.
I asked, leaning up against the railing beside him.
Yep.
His
And-
railing,
And
specifically.
an observatory. And an art gallery.
He said, grinning. I looked towards the hallways and all, shaking my head slightly.
Are you sure I'm not going to get lost?
I asked, turning back to him.
The TARDIS will make sure you won't get lost. Won't you, girl?
He said to the console. The result was a cheerful whirring sound coming from his penis. I laughed and walked out into the open, spinning in a circle, and taking another delightful look around. I'm pretty sure they're really cold corridors you're wandering through.
Yeah, especially when you're, say, not wearing any clothes.
So,
He said, clapping me and looking at me.
Clapping and looking at me.
all of time and space.
He took a few steps towards me, causing me to press my back against the console.
Oh god, this is
Coming
really
onto
looking at the head is really gonna make me cringe.
Everything that ever happened, or ever will.
Keep reading, damn it!
He was right in front of me now, our foreheads and noses touching.
Every star that ever was!
He reached down and grabbed my hands, giving them a cheerful squeeze. If I replaced hands with tits, that would work. He grabbed my tits, giving them a cheerful squeeze.
Good. Keep going.
I smiled and giggled, causing a small smile to tug on the corners of his mouth.
Where do you want to start? Eat a massive 14-inch Subway footlong dick.
Where do you want to start? The back door?
Let's take a look at some comments. Reg Lupin says, that's what they all said. Jesse Disney Geek says, leave her. And then Why is it my instinct to say wrong lover? And then Juby is not my name. Alright, Juby.
Bedroom.
Said
Smiley face, smiley face.
JK. And that's got one reply. No, I mean, I want to read the reply. How do I...
You just press one reply.
I did. It made me create... It wants me to create an account.
Made you cringe.
It made me cringe, yeah. That's the effect of being on Wattpad in general.
I think that's it. I think that's all we can do without subjecting ourselves to some form of deadly cancer.
This has to end now. I'm sorry. Not going any further. It's over. This was it.